Hey guys and girls, man, it is a sunshiny morning here in the heart of Dixie. Woo, that's so much better. Well, this is Sam from Sam's Tinkering Around. I'm doing a few updates, doing updates on my stem cell. So, I'll try to keep y'all up. So last month, I missed my maintenance chemotherapy. That really hurt my feelings. That stuff makes me feel so bad, so tired, don't want to do nothing. Because my white count had dropped. This is kind of crazy. So I had an RSV infection. Respiratory stuff, blowing yellow snot and all, just the whole thing. And for those of you that don't know, yellow snot is indicative of dead white blood cells. FYI, there you go. So my white cells had dropped, and I was still, I was feeling, oh my gosh, it felt like COVID all over again. So he decided, well, you need to get over this. We're not doing maintenance chemo. Woo! Like I was so glad that I wasn't doing that. Oh, Lordy. I was up kind of late last night. Not really late, but we watched Venom: The Last Dance. Man, that's pretty good. Pretty good movie. For not getting any paid endorsements, but if you haven't seen The Last Dance, it's a good watch. So there you go. Where else we going? So white counts dropped, and I had RSV, respiratory infection, and he said, well, let's skip the chemo. Okay, so my platelets got up to 206,000. Wow, I don't ever remember them ever being that high. And then I don't know what happened. Then they just started trickling down. The next time I got blood work, they were 135. Checked them again, and they had dropped down to 126. Finally made it down to 115. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Do I need to be worried about this? Well, the cancer doctors didn't seem to be concerned about it. They said, your platelets are going to be all over the place, kind of. We're still in the first year of transplant. So, never heard anything from them, so apparently they weren't concerned. Well, yesterday when I went back, they had jumped up to 132, so I felt better about that. Yay. My white count was up to 480. Right? Real nice. Red cells are not, they're kind of hanging around the 320 mark. They're not pushing over, I don't know what's going on with that. I stay tired all the time. I can't remember what time I went to bed last night. So I'm on my way to work this morning. I wasn't supposed to work today, but we had a call off. was a plus. So overall, I'm feeling kind of normal. Not quite back to my old self, but without the chemo and all that stuff, I feel sort of normal. I still have my stamina has not gotten back up to where, you know, it should be. I mean, I can't, toting bags of dog food or cat food wears me out. That kind of stuff. I'm not ready for, doing heavy stuff. But other than that, mostly I feel pretty good. If there's anybody out there that is going through stem cell, I have several videos about my stem cell transplant. Goes from basically like right before the transplant up until now. Actually, part of the transplant was actually shown on video. It's a blood transfusion. It's not. They just run in a bag of stem cells after they give you all this loads of chemo, burn out your immune system. It's the grace of God I did not get sick during the period that my white count was at like 0. So anyway, there it is. I'm doing okay. For those, I know there's ones out there that I get comments from, and prayers and little hearts. Kudos. I appreciate it, you guys. Keep the comments coming. Keep the prayers coming. I need them all. I'm back at work, for what that's worth. Get this, I'm gonna be semi-retiring in August. Yeah. So I went ahead and decided to pull my Social Security early. So I turned 62 in July something. And I'll get my first check in September. And I'll be decreasing my hours to like 15, 16 hours a week at work. So it's gonna basically be like, working a shift and a half, maybe. And then the rest of the week, play guitar, work on leather craft. I'm sure Miss Connie has plenty of stuff for me to do, but I never thought that, and when you think about getting to this point, it seems so far away, and then when you get here, it's like, oh my gosh, hurry up and get here, hurry up, because I'm thinking, man, August is a long way off. I got the rest of June, July. Just feels like a long time. But I'm hoping to have several years. I hope this stem cell transplant does what it's supposed to do. And I have a few more Christmases with my family, my grandkids, and all that kind of stuff. So, love y'all. Peace out. Be good. Treat each other awesome. Because you don't know what's coming tomorrow. And I wish I could just tell you guys and really explain how things are. You know, it's like, you know, I was a paramedic for 34 years. I still kind of sort of work in the EMS. It's kind of hard to explain what I do, but I don't work on people anymore. But you know, when you feel like, hey, you know, everybody's doing what you ask them to do, and you feel like you're in control of everything. And then something happens, and all of a sudden you're not in control. You got to trust God, number one, that He's going to take care of you. You know, either way, I trust God. Whether you know, everybody always doesn't get, you know, you don't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might get what you need. So, with that being said, you have to trust God. You know He's got the best for you, and you got to trust your doctors that they've diagnosed you with the right stuff, and the treatments, and the nurses caring for you, and the medications, and just all this stuff. And then when you get home, you know, you got to trust, you know, your wife is going to take care of you and, you know, not let you die, you know, not, you know, cook your food right, you know, because there's special preparations after a stem cell transplant. I know I'm going on, and this video has gotten to be way too long, but there it is. Peace out. Love you. Treat each other good. You don't know what's coming tomorrow. Love you guys.